live on YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. And what's next? Let's go next on Instagram. Okay. Come on, Graham. Let's go. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. We are live on Instagram. Good evening, IG. What am I missing? Missing X. Okay, let's go live on X. Okay. Create broadcast. Let's post. In 3, 2. What's this? Imagine sponsored by. Okay, that's close one. So take this out. Okay. Top post on X. And we're live on X. Start the show. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
So baby,
tricks, YouTube. All right, what's up, everybody? Hang on, let me sit down. Let me check audio. Let me make sure we're all good. See if anybody's tuned in. Okay, good. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's go. Okay. Gotta respect that. Check. 1, 2. Check. We need this to be a little louder. How do we get this low? Check. Let's go. Check. Check 1, check 2. Check. There we go. Check. 1, 2. Okay, good. That's a lot better. All right. Check. Hey, come on. Check. 1, 2. Okay, good. We're good. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Do I have this? I don't have this open. Okay. Hang on 1 second. I just got to open up my Stream Deck. Let me get that going. Stream. Where are you? There we go. And yes, good. Okay, good. All right. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Tonight, okay, I got a lot to say before we get started here. I got to make sure I get it all right. So tonight, our guest is Francisco, who is Achtungrael. He is one of the finalist artists from the Linked by Art Imagine Challenge, Art Challenge. And so there are a few artists from that challenge that will be coming on over the next couple weeks. Next couple weeks, we're going to have a real array of different people. People from NFT NYC, possibly some gallery shows, and then also possibly some, well, no, not possibly, but we will be having some of the finalists from the Linked by Art Imagine Art Challenge that was sponsored by IDA. We did the IDA show, I think a few months back, and I don't know if you guys remember that, but I don't want to waste any more time. I want to bring Francisco on. So without further ado, let's get him up here and let's say hello to him. All right, hang on. Good, there we go. All right, everything looks good. We're running good. Francisco, say hello to everybody.
Hello, Mark. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, our pleasure. Welcome to the show. So you're joining us as one of the finalists from the Linked by Art Imagine Challenge, and we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to bring up that work of art that was part of that challenge, and then we'll talk about that work of art, and we'll talk about that. That artistic challenge in a little bit that was sponsored by IDA. But before we do that, I would love to get to know you a little bit. Would love the crowd to get to know you. So we're going to start with, our probably the only question of the show that is the most generic, which is, why don't you take a couple minutes and introduce yourself to everybody, talk a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your art, and give everybody a chance to get to know you a little bit better, and then we'll go a little more in depth. So why don't you take it from here, Francisco? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you, Mark. Well, My name is Francisco Contreras Esquinca. I was born and raised in Mexico City a long time ago. Not so long, but a couple of years back. And I've been doing art since the last 20 years, both physical and digital. Um, I was attracted to art actually. I never studied art per se, but it was like a natural attraction to me. It felt so natural to just starting doing art because of the beautiful of the expression that it holds, you know. So for me, that is precious, and it still is. I think I will never stop doing art because I had this very powerful connection to it. And every time I do a piece of art, or I even think about doing a piece of art, it's like a connection with a great spirit that lives out there in the universe. So for me, what else can I say? I studied communication science, human communication science. I work in the advertisement industry for almost 20 years too, but it came to a point where I didn't like it anymore. I felt like I was like missing something in my life. And that's where art started being so important to me, and until today it still is very important. And that's why every time I do a piece of art, I connect with something bigger in the universe, not just the regular human life, but it's a supernatural experience to me.
Okay. Um, very. You strike me as a very spiritual person, Francisco. Um, you're very in tune. I often say when you're in tune with the universe, it speaks to you and kind of directs you and moves you in the way that you should. And I think that scares a lot of people because I think it's that's kind of dabbles in the manifest destiny type, your predetermined destiny. Nobody ever wants to believe that the universe is making the choices for you, but I think that when you find the right when you're in the zone, everything just works perfectly. Question: growing up as a kid, when did the art start? I mean, you mentioned that you've been doing art for almost 20 years, physical and digital now. But did the art start as a kid? I mean, were you any influences, parents, family, anything surrounding you? Is this nothing just happens for a reason? There had to be some sort of influence, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna let you answer this because I can't. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had a strong influence from my mom's side,
Ah.
and also I have an uncle who is an artist. And I remember the time when I was very little, and he told me there's only three basic colors, blue, yellow, and red. And from that point on, it was like a game changer to me. It stuck with me in my mind, in my soul, and just resonated with it. So from that point, I remember I think something like summer class or summer something when I was on holidays. My mom took me to a paint class that it was held here in a park nearby, and I enjoyed it very much. And I was like living something very. Uh, First, it was new to me, and I had a great experience back then, and I think that stuck with me. And actually, I started drawing just like a kid. I actually have a drawing I made like from that era, and I was doing things like this, and just like uh, I didn't know what expression was or what I was doing it, but it was just you know, like you said, it resonated with me, and I was just loving it, and it stuck with me like for many years. I think I had it like held back for a while, like when I was studying, and you know, I wanted to be an advertisement professional at some point, but suddenly it came back stronger, and it just took me back like a strong force, like I didn't forget about that force, and the force didn't forget about me, so it took me back, and I felt so embraced when I started doing art again. And I started like 20 years ago, as I said, like doing digital art as well. But it was like, imagine this 20 years back, it was like, I didn't understood that it was like digital art. It was like just doing something that resonate with me, and that something that I could have like an expression of the things that I was feeling, because I was feeling so oppressed in some ways, like you know, in this industry sometimes you have uh, certain circle of people or certain works that you don't even want to do, but uh, art gave me like a release from all that. So yeah, I had a very strong influence from my mom and from that particular uncle.
Okay. What type of artist was your uncle? It
He's
sounds
like
like he was a painter.
he used to do a lot of charcoal drawings. He loves Van Gogh, so he was and he still is emulating some of Van Gogh's pieces, but he also has his own work in acrylics,
Ah, okay.
in oils,
Right.
in pastels, in every kind of art. And I even remember that he took me to the art stores, to the art supply stores, and when I was very little, actually, he was holding me in his arms, holding me in his arms, and I was looking at all of the paintings and all of the colors, and it was such a great time that I think that feeling still lives with me today when I think about art. It's like having this happy moment that lives forever in my soul, you know.
Isn't it? Isn't the art store like such a good time? So we have a store over here called Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and let me tell you, I could spend hours in those stores. I feel like there's such a source of creativity and almost like the feeling that I guess you would get from going to an amusement park, but it's like an amusement park for artists with all the different types of pens and charcoals and paints and colors. And I know I could spend. I get the same feeling. Well, when I was younger, I used to get the same feeling from Home Depot. But I just used to love the tools, and you could create with everything from Home Depot. But yeah, I don't know if you share the same feeling, but I love the art. I always used to love to go to the store, Pearl Paint, on Canal Street. Anytime you walk into an art store, it's like a good time, but I guess that's kind of what you're referring to. But when you said that, I just kind of felt that. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like a wonderful feeling to me, you know, both because of the remembering of those days, but also because of now as an artist is like, oh yeah, and I could do something great with those colors and something awesome with this paint or whatever, you know. Yeah, it's like going to an amusement park.
I know whenever I get a chance to go to whenever I end up in the art store or even an art show. I was at an art show yesterday. I saw it's like such a boom of creativity, just looking through everything. I know when I used to be a professional photographer when I was doing photography, walking through. You know what store I always used to love as well? And this, I don't know if you're familiar with this store, but Party City. Party City has all these decorations for like
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man! So like when I used to put together photo shoots, Party City, Home Depot, Home Expo. I used to go to all these stores and just walk through and get all these creative ideas. And now being in art, it's the same thing happens when going through an art show. You know what? Same thing probably happens. If I went back to Party City, but Party City has so many rows of balloons and just tons and tons of knickknacks. You get so much creativity especially from if you're a sculptor, you're creating physicals. Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, you got me talking about that. Okay, so a kid. So it sounds like you had a lot of art. So you were surrounded by a lot of artists. For you, like you said, your mother's side, an uncle that was a very big influence. You still remember to this day something that he told you about the primary colors. What as you were growing up, grade school, high school, any art class? Did you get involved in any art classes, or did you just do the kid thing, or doodle, draw? And it looks like from the work of art that you showed, I don't know what age you were, but it looks like you were starting to form. I mean, you look like you were doing abstracts at the age of 5. So, excuse me. Yeah, as a kid, any art classes, or did you just do the kid thing? What was going on? Yeah, from I guess maybe grade school, high school, that period. Tell me about it.
Yeah, and in grad school, I didn't take any formal like drawing classes or art classes. It came until high school
Okay.
when I took a formal drawing class. It was technical drawing, and actually my teacher was very good, and he taught me many things with pointillism, for example, and I started loving doing this visuals and drawing and using pens with rulers in order to get this kind of geometric also like that you can get uh, like optical illusions by just using lines and points. And so I was very attracted to it. And also I think that would also affect me like visually, it was my math class, because I was taking like geometric analytics, and everything has to be with geometric forms and shapes, so you would have to make the equations for them. But I was also seeing like this whole universe that lived inside them, like visually. So it that also like had a very strong influence, not as an artist per se, but it has something. I knew it had something inside of that would help me to, express myself in visual ways that I couldn't imagine back then. But now I understand, like, oh, these games, this part of my work comes from this exactly, and actually. When I was back in high school, also my mother, who was a kindergarten teacher, she started doing like all these workshops, spiritual workshops, and she took one that it was sacred geometry, and she started like teaching me about it. But I was so young that I didn't put any attention. Like I was like, oh yes, mom, I will check it later. But For her, it was like a very strong influence too. So she tried to tell me, like you should check this out because you will love it. And after she passed, because she passed in 1999, I started like understanding all of this and saying, oh yeah, she was so right about this, and that it is another strong influence in my particular style that now I'm like trying to use, or I'm using and developing in my own style, but also the influence that I had from my father, who is an electronic engineer, and from a very young age, also I started like, he used to open all these electronic devices in order to fix them, and I was like watching all this new world inside of those devices, and I was like fascinated by them. And so I see my work as a mix of everything, like the electronics, like the geometry, like my own the history of my country and the ancient cultures of the world. And sometimes I see things that when I finish the pieces, I'm like amazed at what the actual final thing is, like I wasn't expecting that, but it turns out to be something like resembling some kind of a spirit or creature or something like that. At the end, I say like, oh my God, this is like some entity of some kind that is coming to me, like, I don't know from where, but yeah. I'm sorry for rambling.
No, no, it's when I used to shoot, I used to get these visions of photos before I even shot them. If something would spark them, whether I'm looking around for props or I'm looking around for something, and I would get this vision. I would see this flash of a photo, and then I'd have to always find the perfect person to match the perfect photo, and then I would I would shoot it the way I would see it in my head, but I would try to explain to people that I don't know where the images are coming from. They just come, and it sounds crazy, but a, a lot of it's just I couldn't explain where a lot of these images were coming from. Sometimes in a shoot, when you're shooting, you have like you said, you have a plan for what you want it to come out as, and it doesn't always come out that. Sometimes you see something that comes out better, and decide to go in a different direction. But there are very particular times when I see an image in my head, and like that's the image I have to create. But I don't know where that image comes from. Oh, you're very creative, and I'm like, I think it's way past. I think it's way beyond me. I think there's something channeling through me. I think when you really, like I said in the beginning of the show, when you find your zone, I think that's when you open up and you're very receptive to, receiving this information, from everywhere. But when I think when you have a lot on your mind, and you got a lot going on, and you've cluttered. They always just cluttered room, cluttered mind. I think it's hard for you to focus in on. Well, I think you still get those images, but I think it's hard to focus in on one thing and pay attention to. I call them the signs of the universe. What up, everybody? Good evening, Hugo. Thank you for joining us. Big Money. Good to see you. Good evening. I'm not going to get started, but I am so upset at myself right now, Big Money, but we're not going to get into that right now. Francisco, question. After high school, I'm going to assume college came next because you said you majored in communications, and also it sounded like there was some advertising as well, or maybe that might have been work, but How did that whole thing happen? Because it sounds like you had so much art going on. How did you get to that point and then decide communications? I would have. What was art ever a thought, or was it was it one of those like I don't want to risk everything on art? Let me get a stable job that I know I can work. How did the choice of professional career happen at that point in time, and school and college?
Yeah, when I finished high school, but that by the way, I designed the logo of my high school. That it
Oh,
was like a very big thing for me, and still is the logo of that high school. So I'm very proud of that. I had a very happy experience because of that, and I entered college with the idea that I wanted to become something like a very big advertisement,
that makes sense.
agency or something like that, work in that area. Um, the things I knew back then about art, my biggest knowledge was the pop culture art movement, like Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, and because another uncle of mine was a huge Andy Warhol fan, and he taught me about this movement and this art, pop culture. And but I was not in so much into art back then. I was more interested in advertisements. But actually, because of my school, some teacher of mine uh, gave me this book by Vasily Kandinsky that was point and line over canvas, and I read it, and I said, oh, this is very interesting, because actually Kandinsky at the beginning of that book says, uh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to kill art because I'm going to explain it. And he dissects a plane, a canvas, and start talking about equilibrium and tension and velocity and the ways the eyes move through the canvas. So I was like very intrigued about this, and I started doing like a research on Kandinsky, and I started like feeling like, oh my God, this is another kind of art, this is another uh, thing that I had no idea of. So I started like researching more and more about art, and I was like getting into much more about art history and where they come from and who was these people that were doing art. And of course, you had to learn about Van Gogh, and then Leonardo da Vinci, and Michelangelo, and all these great monsters of art. So my career as an advertisement like professional, like starting to, yeah, it was important for me because I needed to have a job. But after working for a while in that industry, it got me like really tired, and like I felt at some point that I was working to say lies, just basically. Like I was like using all my capabilities as an artist, even, but just to tell a lie, well, tell lie. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I had to find something that I could express myself with honesty, and that's why I started like doing art. I just went to that art supply shop, and I got me a canvas and got some paint, and I did just a paint to release myself, and I felt so great that I said, okay, I think I'm going to, dedicate more time to do art because it really heals me. And after a while, I just left totally the advertisement world, in the production world, and I just like started doing art like after the pandemic. It was like that exact moment when I said, okay, this is my life now. I'm going to take a leap of faith and be a full-time artist.
I You, sir, are a artist. I could hear it in the way that you speak. Uh, I was never a fan of Andy Warhol. You know that? Never could get into his work. And I think you just changed my opinion of him because I've never heard anybody speak about him in terms of pop art culture. I understand what pop art culture is today, and I know the artists and I love their art, but I never thought of his art in terms of that back then. And now that you said what you said with him, that makes complete sense now why his art looks the way it does. I could just never get into the his art for some reason, but now it makes you just listening to you speak and how you refer to his art, especially and I think about all the pop artists that I love today, and I'm like, shit, that makes complete sense now. That when you look at his artworks, like, oh yeah, like I get the. Yes. Okay. So that's like a light bulb moment right there for me, because I always had difficulty with him. Um, and okay, so it's just listening to you speak. We're not skipping over the professional part. I want to know more because I do believe that the commercial part or the working for an agency, that's still part of you because you found a different. It might have not been a canvas, but you found a different way to release your art, which was doing, I would assume, work for other companies or working on ad campaigns. Or, I mean, I don't know the exact type of work that you were doing. What exactly were you doing in the agencies?
I was doing graphic design,
Okay.
video production,
Okay.
and but it was like I felt like it was the same over and over and over and over, and you know that you will always have to bring a new idea to the table, and they were asking for fresh ideas and new, more persuasive ways to get the things done, or the ideas done, no. uh, but actually I was like, okay, we've been through this like 20 times, and it's like the new idea is going to be the first idea, and it was like repeat over and over and over and over. And even though I try to do new things and discover new things within the products, or the artists, because I was working a lot with they it's a shop that's they were selling CDs and DVDs, and they they used to have a lot of events with artists. So we had to go and film that whole thing. They were signature, and they were sometimes singing, but it was just capture that and to go edit that and make it like for reels, for the YouTube channel and the social media for the brand. And but it was the same over and over and over and over. And I yeah, I felt like tired of doing that. Like, um, I was, getting my money, but still, like, uh, when you deliver something and it was like, oh yeah, it's good, but you have to change this and this and this and make the logo bigger, also like the same things, and struggling with clients. And I felt like, I'm working for someone else brand or someone else's product, and it's so tiring because they don't even let you do your own work. Like, I was like, okay, I'm doing this graphic design for this thing, and then you would have to change everything, and at the end it was like Frankenstein kind of thing that you don't even think you would end up with that the design. It was the final, and it was horrible, and but still, like, it was approved by the client. So I was like, no, this cannot be true because it's messy, it's bad done. It's like, so I was tired, and even though I was good at my at my job, I didn't want to do it anymore. And art was like my place, like my happy place, because I was like in control of everything. Yeah. I could do whatever I want whenever I wanted. And it's like being feeling that freedom that you don't get like in a job.
Working commercially, especially with a client, the reason they came to you is because they could do it in the first place. So what do they know what works and what doesn't? But then on top of it, I would imagine there's a team and there's the middlemen. And when the middlemen always get involved, they always end up screwing up the design. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. As artists, there was a time period where I did do graphic design as well. I did a lot of work for the urban hip hop world, where if they would do they would have parties or events, or they'd always come to me to put together the graphic for the party. They loved my layouts, but obviously they didn't love them as much as I did, because they would take them and then alter them to the way, can we change this? Can we? And I'd be like, that's gonna look terrible. But the client's always right, you know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
so you start changing things. Oh yeah, that looks great, and you're like, holy shit, that looks so. Basically, yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, you were human Photoshop for someone. They didn't know how to use Photoshop or create, and so they paid you, and you took instructions. Whether or not it was the right thing to do didn't matter, because you weren't creating. You were so. This is where I always say you weren't creating with artistic freedom.
Exactly.
You had somebody leaning on your neck, or standing on your, stepping on your jugular. Yeah, change this, change that, move that, and at that point, it's not really your art anymore. So you said something very interesting, Francisco. You said that you were creating, no, living, no, creating a lie, no, creating art. That was a lie. Is this the part that you were referring to?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is like basically my really my perspective about advertisement or marketing. The whole marketing industry is about just sell you a product even with lies, and mostly sometimes I put this example many of the times when you get to the McDonald's shop, you will see the Big Mac photo, and it's
It looks
precious and
so
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks tasty and delicious and big, and
Plump and fresh.
but when you get the actual thing, is like no, it's not that. It's
Looks
like
like
all
someone
like.
sat on it.
So it sums up like the whole advertisement and marketing idea for me. Like you will not get whatever they are selling to you because they are all basically lies, you know. And there are people who loves that work, who does it very actually not.
Uh-oh.
So I think that.
Francisco, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think we got a little bit of a feed problem. That's all. Can you just repeat that last thing that you said? Because I think you broke up a little.
Okay, the McDonald's thing.
Yeah. Well, maybe the thought was finished. Just that last 30 seconds. I don't know. It broke up. So, but I think we have. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the film? I believe Michael. Oh shit. Falling Down.
No.
Okay, Michael Douglas. There's a scene in Falling Down where he goes up to the counter and he orders lunch, and they serve him lunch, and he has the burger, and he opens the burger up, and he's like, oh, "Look at this! Look at this! Can you see this? Look at the picture on the board." Yeah, look at he was and he does this. It's this guy. He flips out and he's so upset about this flimsy burger. And
I remember that movie. It's yeah, it's the one that he got stuck in traffic.
Yes,
right?
yes, he blew up the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there was I mean, a lot of people saw that movie. I knew you had to see that movie, but he was in. He had the bag of guns, and he's like, I would like breakfast, and he's like, sorry, we can't serve you breakfast. He's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, I want breakfast, and then he's like, you know what? I changed my mind. I want lunch, and they gave him he's like, oh, look at this. See this shit? This is what I'm talking about. Look at that picture. You just reminded me of that scene, that scene always cracked me up because you see that in so many different ways. Diners have these beautiful menus, and when the food comes out, it's like, but a lot of the fast food places, funny, living the lie. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, if you take it further, that example is like whenever in the advertisement world is like if you're selling wash dishing shop, the wash dishing soap, you would have to show in your advertisement a happy family, having family time together, because you're not selling the actual soap, you're selling the idea of that soap is going to bring your family together. So at the end of the day, it's like
It's bullshit.
it's like a dysfunctional idea of whatever it is. Yeah.
Like soda.
Yeah.
or one of my favorite cereal, high sugar content cereal in the morning. Those commercials. Oh, it's good. It's part of a well-balanced breakfast, and man. Let me tell you, some people off with their heads. Okay. So interesting. Now I understand what you're saying a little bit more. I was very intrigued by what you said about creating art for the lie, but misrepresentation of products, making dangerous cigarettes. Marlboro used to be great at it.
Oh yeah,
the cowboy on the ranch is very manly to have a cigarette in your hand. You were a man if you smoked. How many people they put in the grave with that lie, right? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you got to the point where You didn't feel like you were creating for you. You were creating for everybody else. Um, and more focus on everyone else, less focus on you. You're not really being an artist, but you are being an artist for everyone else, which they're probably taking advantage and squeezing you dry to the point where you're not happy. So you decide to go out, grab a canvas, blow off some steam, and realize how happy you are creating with artistic freedom. I always say in spaces and any type of conversations, would love to do a collab, but I will want artistic freedom. Or you can hire me, but it will be under the understanding of artistic freedom. I just had an interview on yesterday um, by the awesome Maria Ozar and Chaz Wesley, 30
Mm,
they same conversation came up, same thing about it's being able to create with freedom. It's I love creating art, but I don't like someone standing on my neck telling me what to do. You have a lot of people out there who want to create like you, so they'll hire you. They'll, do me a favor and I need you to create this. And then they'll start changing things just so they could say that they took part in that design or that edit or, oh, well, that was my idea. And they end up, let the artist be let the artist do their thing. That's what you hired the artist for. But definitely not in the advertising world. Okay, so what was the big thing? There had to be something that made you snap and say, all right, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm going off on my own. What was that catalyst, so to speak?
yeah, I think when the pandemic hit, I was still working, mainly editing video.
Okay.
And suddenly after the pandemic, I was let out. Like, we don't need you anymore. Like, it's like, thank you very much, you're done. And I was like, oh my God, now what I'm going to do, And I was like, uh, the main thing that could keep me alive is going to be art. So I'm going to do art and hope for the best. That's where I found out about NFTs, Web3. So I started researching and I decided to go full way. And I'm still here, I'm still believing in this space. I'm still believing in my art. I'm still creating acrylic paintings. I love doing acrylic paintings because the feeling of having paint in my hands is something that I can, cherish my whole life. So I won't leave that. And yeah, that was really the catalyst for me. Like, I felt like so unappreciated by the whole advertisement and whatever world. And I just like, I'm by myself right now, so I will do whatever is filling me up. So I went with art. And I actually, when I started in the Web3 space, it was back then in 2021. It was when the PFPs were like the main thing.
Sure.
And I was actually thinking about, like, I should do a PFP
Every
collection.
artist was. Every artist was. Yeah.
And I had a few ideas back then, but it never felt right to me. So I went back to some old sketchbooks I had, and I started like doing, like, looking at my old drawings, and I said, okay, this could work. This could work as a digital piece, but I would have to draw it again by hand in my computer by using like Illustrator, Photoshop, and sometimes After Effects, whatever it takes. But uh, yeah, I started doing that. So I felt like I was happy with the result, and I started sharing them, and people, some people, got them and started like cherish what I was doing, and I felt so good about it because this Web3 also gave me like the window to the world because you know we connect with many people like from all over the world, and it's still a thing that is the most beautiful thing about Web3, like the connections that you could have here. It's awesome. So uh, I felt that my work was well received, and actually through this journey, I met incredible people that been supportive with my art and with myself, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, and yeah, I'm still here because of that.
The I'm gonna go ahead and say Spaces is awesome, right?
Yeah, totally,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I met some of the best people I've met in life in Spaces right now. I highly motivational for me, highly inspirational. I love seeing all the artists active and moving, and you see a lot of people who believe in this little space. It's got a lot of heart. Um, Physicals. Any gallery experience or any displays or any sales before we get into the whole? I'm gonna ask some stuff about NFTs, of course, but before we get into that, was there any type of gallery experience, or were you just creating any type of sale experience, or was it just directly from your job, your work being let go? You decided to make the jump. And I also, yeah, okay, I don't want to hit you with too much, but let's start there, and then I'm going to ask you, how did, go ahead, I'll let you answer the first question. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I actually, before the NFTs, I was like just doing acrylic paintings. And I did one back in, I think it was 2019, one acrylic painting, and I posted in a Facebook group because it was a sacred geometry group. And I posted there like just like saying, this is a painting I made. I hope you all like it. And suddenly this girl from Canada wrote to me, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so intrigued and amazed by your painting. I want to buy it. And I was like, really? This is incredible. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, really? Yeah, 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 yeah. I want to have it, you know? And so I started like, okay, what do I need to send it over to Canada? And it was so many things. Back then I learned that I cannot send wood to Canada. So I had to dismount the acrylic painting and roll it and send it like in a cardboard tube. And actually, she paid me through PayPal, and it was like amazing experience to me. And after that, um, well, I post about it in Facebook so my friends could know. And suddenly, two of them told me, hey, I want a painting as well. So I sold another two from that experience. Uh, I haven't had a gallery exposition yet, but I'm actually looking for it here in Mexico City. And I'm like looking for ways to display my real art because I have here in my house uh, like 12 paintings that I'm not moving, but I want to show them like in a gallery or perhaps some kind of uh, show at a bar or something like that. But yeah.
You know, would you be interested in showing in New York?
Oh, of course, I would be more than happy and honored and excited about it.
So yesterday, Um, I was at a show and I met a couple galleries through some friends. There's a live on my page. You're gonna have to scroll through it and look for it. But I'll just give you the answer. Duckworth, Duckworth, Duckworth Gallery. It's a new gallery in Brooklyn, and they're looking
Okay.
for submissions.
Oh my God, that would be so great.
And they
I would
announced it
love
on the
to do it.
live. They announced it on the live right then and there. Their information is on there and everything. And
Oh, perfect.
also another gallery, which is Bushwick Gallery, run by Gina. You should reach out to Gina. Tell her that Mark from Our Power says hello, and see what See, send her a link to your work and see. She just did a Yusef Yusapadas. He's usually does the Palometa, the pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
He just did a solo show there. So I know those
Oh,
two
okay.
galleries are looking for submissions. So you should reach out.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, 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 for
yeah.
sure.
So you definitely have to gonna figure out how to. I think you're gonna have to roll them and send them. Probably be. I noticed that you did that with his, but you should. Yeah, you should reach out because they made it very adamant that they were looking for submissions yesterday. So a little door of opportunity there for you if you get moving on it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
what else? Where are we? Okay, NFTs. Yeah, right. Sorry, I got distracted with that whole thing. Was that your first sale?
Yeah, actually, that was my first sale.
Okay. All right. Yeah, must have felt good.
Oh, very, very good.
Okay, NFTs. Well, I mean, shit. There you are making physical sales, which says a lot. Um, it says a lot. It says that, let me tell you something. I don't think you understand, or maybe you do. Very difficult to just make a sale like that online. So if you're garnering that type of interest, for me, that would be an immediate green flag for you to put your foot on the gas pedal because I often say, with the internet and the use of the internet, if you widen the net, which means the more followers, the more sales, especially if you're having that type of success, just from a couple posts. I would believe that you would see that type of success on gallery walls as well. Okay, NFTs. How'd you come across it? How'd you learn about NFTs? Like, what was it? You said 2021. Was it the Beeple news? How did you hear about it?
Yeah, actually, it was the Beeple news
Yeah, me too,
that
me
got
too.
me. Yeah, yeah. So I was very intrigued because I didn't know that digital art could be sell. Uh, Back in like 2008 or 10, I was doing these videos that are like also like abstract videos, and it was a lot of fun just to do them because I just wanted to express with something artistically. But when I heard the Beeple news, I was like, "Oh my God, is this for real? Can a digital artist can make that amount of money?" So I directly went and researched about what was it and how was it, and I learned about this is NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and it's made through the blockchain. And I was like, "What the hell is a blockchain?" And
You reminded me of what I was thinking. Go ahead, go ahead. I mean, yeah, same thought. Like, what are these people? I landed in spaces, and I'm like, what the hell are all these people talking about? Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, and also, crypto what? Like, yeah, you will have to buy some crypto coins. And I was
Your
like,
wallet. Don't
what?
forget about your wallet.
Oh yeah, you would have to have a wallet and set it up and write down your secret phrase and don't give your secret phrase to anyone. And I was like overwhelmed at the beginning, but after a while, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I opened my MetaMask and I bought some ETH. I opened my OpenSea account and some other accounts because I remember I saw a guy from I think it was a YouTube video, and he was talking about all this world, and he said, and if you want to get in touch with the whole NFT community, you would have to go on Twitter because that's where it's happening. And I was like, oh my God, so I have to open a Twitter account. And back then there was not much spaces, just a few of them, and I remember two of them, like Alter Motions, Coffee and Conversations, and um, this NFT Freaks. And I started to listen to them. So that's where most of my now friends, we were like learning and sharing every time we could. And I was so excited back then because I said, finally, artists have a way to live, by just doing art and digital art. That is great. It was like the whole concept of it. And even more the concept of blockchain, the concept of cryptocurrency that could change the whole world. And it was so beautiful back then. That got me into it like right away. So, but the more I was getting into that, the more I was like, I felt like the more I was getting out of touch with reality back, here, because whenever I was talking with my family or friends about it, it's like, what? What? And still this today, when I'm talking about digital art, and they are like, but how are you selling it, and where do you sell it, and how come I cannot download it and have it in my phone and that's it? And I'm, no, 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 this is now how it works. But yeah, that's why how I get into this Web3. I think for most of us, the Beeple news was like a huge thing.
Yeah. I remember. I know what I was doing on Twitter. I was doing. I was just off on another crusade on Twitter, and all of a sudden down the feed, I'm reading, and it's like People makes $69.3 million sale out of Christie's for an NFT art, and I'm like, what's NFT art? What's this? And 69.3 million. Like, what do he sell? Like, what's this digital art? Like, and sure enough, that's what started it. And I had just like you, sitting in spaces, listening, and the PFP projects. I think every artist landed in a PFP project room, and we all saw what was going on with the PFP projects. And I think every artist thought the same thing. Like, yeah, I think maybe I'll make a collection, a PFP collections of some sort. And then the bear market kind of happened, and everything calmed down, and a lot of people left. And the only thing that was left was these artists, hundreds of artists who did not give up on the space, who continued to support each other, and continue to be positive, and regardless of what's going around in the real world, everybody is still, very positive in the space and moving forward, which can be very inspirational and very motivational for us artists as well. Francisco, you're gonna laugh, but we're already an hour and 5 minutes through, so pretty quick. Maybe in another 5 minutes, we'll head over to the computer. We'll take a look at the work of art that was submitted for, where you were a finalist for the Linked by Art Imagine Ida Art Challenge. We'll take a look at that work of art, and then we'll take a look at a lot of your other art as well. I'm very intrigued now to see your catalog, especially. I love physicals. I'm a physical guy. I feel like physical is real life reality. I feel like NFTs, digitals, that's like it's almost like the Matrix. That's the that's the computer. You're in the digital VR world, and then the real world is the galleries and the physicals. And so it's nice to see when I speak to an artist. It's nice to see. I mean, it's interesting because artists in the NFT digital world strive to get their art on a screen in a digital gallery or on a billboard or in Times Square or maybe Japan or China. And so, these digital artists fight to get their work of art displayed on a board, but yet there's no physical part to their art. And the gallery end of it is such a big end of it. And I love seeing their transition of the digital artist, of the advertiser, of the engineer, of the, you speak to enough people in this space and you realize it's the engineers, it's the commercial advertisings, it's the architects, it's the people who are good with tech, the programmers, the devs. There's a pattern because the world is so, today I bought my first piece of art today. I've never bought a piece of art before. I bought my first piece of art today. And trying to get this guy the money for 5 straight days. I've never done anything so complicated in my life between PayPal and the fees are too high. Let me try ETH. Oh my God, ETH. They're charging high gas right now. USDC. All right, let me go open my Coinbase. My Coinbase is connected to an email where I changed the password and it's been pinging my password now for the last 4 months. They locked the account because I guess they think someone's trying to hack the email. Now I can't get into my Coinbase. Now I got to get on there. I got to do facial recognition. So I could see where a lot of people are like, yo, you know what? Forget this shit. Forget it. And I'm not even talking about the wallets. So like, send me your wallet. You know what? I'll just send it in USDC. I'll send it a different way because they're going to kill me with PayPal fees. And I don't want you to eat that. And just going through this shit each and every single day, I'm like, oh my God. Like, you get so frustrated you don't want to do it. Like, this guy's going to lose the sale because at this point I'm like aggravated because I'm trying to figure out how to do this, do that, do this, right? And I've never done this before. And so now it's like, and so I understand exactly why so many people take a digital wallet, crypto, and I'm not even talking about all that other listing on marketplaces. So there's you see a certain pattern of people who excel in this space, and others are just like, I want nothing to do with this. This is very complicated. I'm good, So you see that split but I love seeing digital artists make the transition into the physical world. I think it's super important to live in both places. You got to be obviously present in the digital world and in social media, and especially when it comes to being part of this little art movement that's taking place in the crypto Web3 world. And then there's a whole physical world, galleries, displays, and things of that nature. It's just a natural gravitation. So it's nice when I'm speaking to an artist who has the physicals as well as the digitals. When you first entered the NFT space, what happened with the, I completely forgot the gallery. We're going to also go through the gallery at the end of the show. I forgot about that. I just got to get used to this. So, yeah, we're going to bring up the gallery. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring up the gallery, and we're going to bring up your work of art. We're going to walk through the gallery. We're going to show everybody the gallery, the work of art. That's what we're going to do. Shit. Okay. Yeah. I said Sketch asked me to show the gallery at the beginning of the show, and it slipped my mind. I was more worried about our test being on point, making sure all the tech works. So it's just I was focused on different things. I got to get used to this. When you entered the NFT world, was it like, okay, I see people do, like, this is digital, now I'm going to focus on digital? Did you ever get the thought that maybe I'll do physical, list it as a digital, and when they buy it, they get the physical with it? Like, what was your thought process when you were seeing everything take place? And now, being 4 years later, I'm sure that I don't know, right? Because I'm not familiar. I'm getting to know you now and learn about you now. Do you feel that you're gonna do a digital, and then you purchase my digital, you get the physical? What are your thoughts on the best way to sell in the NFT digital space? Should you keep the physical in the physical world, the digital in the digital world, create digital for the digital world? What are your thoughts, and how did you navigate the space the way you did?
At first, I thought that it was purely digital. Whatever I needed to do was purely digital. So I started doing like that, like purely digital pieces, and I had a lot from back then that is pure digital. But it came to me very natural that at some point I had some photographs of my old paintings, so I started integrating with the digital ones as sometimes as a background, or sometimes like an asset, perhaps a part of the digital. And actually, I did back like 2 years ago, I think. I did an exhibition with this guy called Collector that we put out on his website, and then for that exhibition, actually, he asked me to put out the physicals, only the physicals. I integrate, I think, 2 digitals, but they are mainly the physicals, and they are on exchange art. And it says in the description, it says that the price of the piece, the digital piece, could include the physical, just with the, because sometimes the sending the piece to another part of the world could be very expensive. So I would have to talk with the buyer or the collector in order to, pay the fees for sending the piece. But yeah, that was a collection of mainly purely physical pieces. And recently, I just put Manifold Open Edition that is now closed, but it was a physical piece brought to digital, just a photograph of it. And I actually have it here in my house. But that didn't include the physical, when you buy the digital one, because the editions tend to be very cheap, so I couldn't include the physical.
Okay. I think we're at that point, Francisco, where I'd love to bring them over to the computer, and let's start bringing up the artwork. I want to bring up the artwork submission. Sketch, I see you floating around and posting, so do me a favor and send me a link to the On Cyber Gallery in my DM. Francisco, I'm going to head over here to the computer. And while I do this and while we set up the screens, I'm going to ask, what size do you normally paint at? when you paint physical?
It varies a lot because I have like the biggest I have here is like 7 feet by 4 or 5, and the latest I paint is like perhaps 2.5 feet by 2. So it basically depends on the canvas size I choose, but I love to paint bigger sizes. Like I'm always imagine my art in a big scale.
Do you know that I did a I had a deep conversation with Grok, and I said, um, I want you to search all top selling artworks and come back to me and let me know what sells the best. And she came back and she said that large pieces are selling the best right now. So if
Oh,
so if you are a physical artist, large canvases do very, very well. And I saw that firsthand yesterday. I went to it's called the Hamptons Fine Art Fair, and I just all I did was take notice of. So the Hamptons Fine Art Fair is where a lot of galleries go, and they all set up in the same spot. Galleries from all over the world. It's a very it's a very big show, especially with the galleries in the Hamptons, and so Florida galleries
okay,
come, Asian galleries come, India galleries come. I think there was an Australian gallery there. A lot of big galleries, London Gallery, UK Gallery, a lot of galleries from New York, a lot of galleries from California. You saw a lot. It's a very condensed situation of the top galleries in the world, the who's who of galleries, and a lot of reasons to go to this because you can see where I think I get your website up. Let me get your website. Yeah, no, that's not it. Let me get your website up because I know I have your website somewhere. It's a let me bring up. Let me start with X. Here we go. Let me bring this over here. And we're gonna bring up. Okay, perfect. And then I know you have yes. Okay. Well, I talked to you, and then we're gonna bring up. I want to just make sure I have this on the screen. Hang on. A very good reason to go is because I wanted to see. So this is I always say this is where you let your feathers. This is where you show off your peacock feathers. This is the who's who, and so they always bring the best works of art, the most what's selling. They want to make sales, and this is the place to do it. And they want to make big sales. And so as you walk around and you go from gallery to gallery, you can learn a lot. You can learn
yeah,
what they're selling, what is selling, what they brought with them. Because nobody's going to travel with a ton of shit unless they have to. And what I did find is, sure enough, Grok wasn't bullshitting me. There was a lot of big canvases on those walls, a lot of big works of art. In the real world, the big works of art, they say sell. So, very interesting that you have a 7-foot piece. The physical world loves big canvases. Okay, Francisco, let's start with, I got your X up. Let me bring up this gallery. And I also want to bring up your link tree. And I want to bring up, let's see, I know your IG is on here somewhere. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to bring up your IG. Okay, perfect. Give me a second while I get myself situated here. I'm going to bring down to the IG. I'm going to go down to the bottom here. And then, okay, where do we want to start? Let's go through this a little, and then what we'll do is we'll bring up the gallery, and we'll talk about the submitted piece. I'm going to go down to the bottom of your IG. Do you, I see some, maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. Photography? Do you tinker with the camera, Francisco?
Yeah, I also love to take photos. Since a long time ago, I've been taking photos too, and just post them like, like using my Instagram account, but never sell them or expose them in a, gallery or something. Actually, my sister told me once that I should put out my photography work, and but I don't know why, but I never felt like very secure about it, so I just keep it there in the Instagram.
Okay, so Francisco, I don't let compliments go very easily. I'll say that. So you ask anybody, I'm very stingy when it comes to compliments, but I think you should let the photography rock. I, being a photographer, not only do you have an excellent Instagram, but you have an excellent eye for composition, especially when it comes to photography, and I could already see that. And I could also see the advertising experience, because you have a very good, something about the way I'm scrolling through your page. You have a good knack at the way you lay out your page. Yeah. You gotta get the photography rocking. All right, here we are back at the beginning. Is this little Francisco?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't even remember those.
Oh yeah. I like to go back to the beginning. And then we eventually see the evolution of your art. But you got the Instagram rocking with the photos. You haven't introduced the photos to Web3 yet?
No, not yet.
Really?
I only use them also like as a part of my pieces, but mainly as backgrounds. Or actually, I have a collection on object called Trees, where those are mainly photographs, but mainly of trees or plants.
Let's bring that up. Factories, yes? All right, I'm on your object. We're looking at factories right now. So these pieces are pieces that are based on a photograph, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to talk about the process a little bit here? Because it looks a little refractal, almost as if I'm looking through a kaleidoscope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the thing is that I love to connect with nature too. Like
Okay.
I see a lot of things in nature. It actually brings me to a meditative state. So I love to take pictures of trees, of branches, and I started like mirror them, and seeing that this effect creates something new, like entities, perhaps. Like I feel like all of these factories are like entities that has a living by its own. So
fractals, factories. Yeah, is that?
yeah, exactly. Like fractals and
Very
trees.
clever, very clever. Good branding. Very clever. You really thought about that one. Very, yeah, good job. Fractals, factories. Yes. Okay, I like that. See, sometimes it takes me a little while to get it, but I pick up on it after a while. All right, very cool collection. Very I like the brand. You did work in advertising. You are very aware of advertising. Um, when it comes to advertising and being an artist, Francisco, do you see? What's your thoughts on branding and the way you? Do you think branding has a lot to do with you as an artist? Um, Releasing your art or just having a logo or the way you sign something. Do you think there's an importance there when it comes to the success of an artist? What's your thoughts on that?
I do think it has an importance for an artist to brand himself or herself. Uh, but actually, I was deliberating, not trying to sell myself as a product, but just to show myself as an artist, not branding myself. Like I'm not trying too hard to brand myself. Like I don't do this kind of. I used to do it like at the beginning because I was told to do it like that way because I remember someone told me you should create the FOMO. You remember you have to create the FOMO of your next drop.
That's right.
So do a video telling that you're going to drop the next week and promote it for a week and so. But uh, it it somehow it bring me back to the advertisement concept, and I didn't like it for my art. So I I would say that I deliberately step away from it. Like I'm not trying too hard to push for that. Like I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I just want to create art and put it out, but not trying too hard to push it as a product, but just to show and to display art.
I found your uncle's inspiration on IG.
Exactly, exactly. And actually, I gave that painting to him. That was a gift from him for him in on his birthday.
It's always my. I think my favorite part of these shows is talking to an artist and getting to know them, and then going to their social media and scrolling through everything, and then seeing if their social media, or actually watching their social media evolve into the story of how we just talked about them, and then it's a lot of times yesterday people were talking about their works of art, and they would give you the background on the pieces, and you would never know anything about these pieces if you didn't ask questions or you didn't ask.
Exactly.
And sometimes a piece could have so much meaning, but if you don't, you never speak to the artist and never know, what was the motivation or the inspiration behind it. It's how would you ever know, And this one
Exactly.
yesterday there was a piece where an artist, a fabric of his mother's dress. His mother passed away, and the dress she had, he embedded the fabric into the pieces of the artwork. And it was the gallery owner who was telling me about this artwork. He's, the fabric of her dress, and it was a very moving moment. But I would have never known anything about, I would have maybe if I would have read the description, but I'm more into looking at the art. But this is every work of art. There's a lot of meaning behind these works of art for the artist. So it's nice when I'm scrolling through, your artwork and it matches up with the stories, and I'm like, oh wait, look, there's the inspiration from your uncle. Your art. You know what? Let's focus a little bit on your art process. When it comes to the physicals, is it just paint? Do you include any type of photograph, or when you like, how do you decide what you're going to paint? and then digital as well. What's the process you go through when you create your art? Do you have a process, or like how does it happen?
I think it's still a kind of abstract process to me, because if it's a physical, I will go purely like disconnecting my brain, my rational thinking, and just flowing with, you know, with everything and whatever it. I feel like. Uh, let's do a line here, let's do a line there, and then connect the whole thing, but aesthetically pleasing for me. And I let it go, I let it flow very, very naturally, as well with my sketches, because for physicals, I really don't have any sketches. Like, I just let it go like freely. But for digitals, I always have sketches, and whenever I started a sketch, I let it also flow. Like, um, I I don't have a plan per se to get somewhere, but I just let my hand go free, and start like, it's very funny because I'm not really rational about it. I'm not most emotional. So I start drawing a line, and then it it feels like I should stop here and then make a circle here, and then, you know, it's very like lyrical. So whenever I do the sketches. When I finish the sketch, I just try to check that it looks aesthetically pleasing in terms of equilibrium. It's like I'm having my own perspective about the draw or the drawing, and then if I like it, I continue with the with the drawing. But if I don't like it, I just leave it there. Like, this didn't work, and let's move on with another one, or perhaps I would leave it for later. That mainly happens that. And yeah, with the physicals, it's like, it's just pure acrylic painting. Then I start with the background, of course, and I add layers and layers and layers and layers, because it takes me a lot of time to actually finish a piece. Uh, Sometimes when people see the pieces, are like, they're like, "Oh, I like this piece," and I tell them, yeah, but it's not finished yet. And they ask me like, how come it's not finished? Because it has a lot of things. And I'm like, yeah, perhaps you see a lot of things on it, but for me, it's still something missing. It's still something to do with it. And with the digitals, whenever I had the sketch done in the sketchbook, I started drawing it again by hand in my computer. I don't scan. I don't take pictures of the sketch. I just start from zero and doing it digitally. And then when I have the lines done, I start working on Photoshop and add the background. Sometimes I take my own pictures for the backgrounds, but a lot of pictures mixed. Like, I could take pictures of the floor, of branches, of a tree or sky, or something that I find interesting to work with, and then I mix it with another picture, and then I start like looking for the ways to combine the lines with the background and add some more texture with brushes. And at the end, I just put another elements that are photographs as well, like the circles mainly. Sometimes I took pictures of marbles, or something that is a sphere or something like that, and I use it to put some of it in on top of the work.
Question: Are you? I'm gonna. I feel like I want to start showing the your painting along while you're talking. I want to roll up a little. When you talk about your sketchbook, I'm gonna assume that when I see the layouts of pages, is that the sketchbook? When I bring these up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Those are, yeah. And the ones that I have in Instagram are the oldest ones because you can see that it's a like a sketchbook with how do you say this,
Uh,
squares, like the lines.
how do you? Are you? How how did electrical drawings get in? Is this your father's in? These are electrical. When you draw electrical plans, this looks very. Where'd you get these electrical drawings from? Is that from your father? Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally from my father.
You know what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying it properly, but when you
Yeah,
draw,
yeah, yeah. It's like electronic cardboards
you
or
said he was an
electronic
electronical
schematics.
engineer.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Okay.
it all comes from my father's side because he's so technical and also like the square part of
Yeah,
you know
Francisco, man. I love this is I love this. Incorporating oh man, that's almost like a signature, man. Incorporating electrical plans into art. That's yeah, wow, man. That's I recognize it immediately because I'm a mechanical engineer, so I know what electrical diagrams look like. So I'm like, are those electrical,
yeah, yeah,
diagrams in there? And I remember you said your father was an electrical engineer.
yeah.
So interesting how you incorporated that into your sketches. Very, yeah, you're clever. You're an artist, bro. No doubt
Thank you,
about.
Mark.
You're welcome. um, uh, okay. That's a lot here. Um, where do I want to go next? Programs. The way you create. Photoshop. I know a lot of people use Procreate. What's your choice of weapons when it comes to creating? And I'm just curious. Do you have a sketchbook around?
Yeah, I have I have two sketchbooks actually.
You maybe you want to show everybody a little bit about what a sketchbook looks like. Oh, there we go.
I have something here. Can you see? Can you see
Yes,
it?
yes, yes, yes. You could totally see the electrical influence in your artwork. Oh shit. This is so for me. This is the best part of this show when I sit and listen to everything, and then I get to look at the art and how it's created, and then you can see your life in your art. And when you see your life and your conversation that we just had in your art, yeah, sound waves, yeah,
Oh yeah, too. Yeah, sound waves too.
huh, okay,
Yeah. So whenever I finish the sketches, I started like copying them by just look at them, looking at them, and started doing digitally in Illustrator, in Adobe Illustrator.
okay.
And when the lines are done, I start using Photoshop, and there's where I add some the backgrounds with my photographs and other elements that would need like the Photoshop, like the capabilities of Photoshop. So that's where I finish my pieces. Sometimes when I animate the pieces, I use After Effects, and that's it.
Symmetrical symmetry there's a very heavy presence of symmetry in your artwork. Not only in your artwork, but in your I want to see pictures of your closet, Francisco. Are your clothes are your clothes organized as symmetrically in your closet as
I wish they were like. Now my closet is a mess. Actually,
well, then
it's
you're definitely
not
an artist.
symmetrical at all.
If your closet looks like an M80 went off in it, join the club. But your photographs and your artwork have a heavy symmetrical presence in it. There's a balance when you create. You can see it when you post pictures of, any type of photographs that you take. Also, the frac trees. The frac trees were very balanced as well. But yeah, even here, even in your photographs, you have a certain balance in your photographs. You could also see it in your drawings as well. Let me scroll up a little here and let's move forward. This is sketch. Let me see sketchbooks, and I'm gonna move up a little forward through here. Yeah, man, you definitely lay out your IG. You make me want to get active on IG. I don't do it as much as I should. I get, yeah, exactly. Fuck IG. That's exactly how I feel. Okay, so this is, this is, so this is the end result of the sketches, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to print any of this stuff out in terms of maybe larger prints or maybe metal prints or any? I saw somebody print on hologram paper. Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I print out on an acrylic. A very big acrylic. Actually, it's like also like 7 feet by 4, and it turned out very good. It's a piece that I kind of not showed yet on Twitter, but I have some pictures of it, perhaps in the Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a piece I made for my mother, and I put it here in my house in the hall, and there's a hallway. So we have this kind of frame.
Is that phone on a mobile tripod? Can you pick up the tripod with the phone, or is it locked in?
No, I can.
You want to show everybody?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow, it's like you're teasing people. You can't talk about it without showing everyone.
Okay. Oh, but the light is going to go off for a bit.
It's all right. You get mobile with the camera and show everybody the piece that you're.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, this is my closet. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. That closet looks pretty organized. Oh wow.
This is the. Can you see it?
Yeah. Is that on a light frame? Does that frame?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Is that the coveted piece that every collector is going to search for?
Yes, exactly.
Good. I'm glad we are. So, question: when the light's not on it, does it look like a regular canvas on the wall?
Yeah. It looks like a regular canvas, so to speak, because it's acrylic, so it looks like plastic.
Very interesting. All right. We're getting to know Francisco. Let me say hello to these guys on X. What's up, Josh? What's up, Goalie? What's up, Chombo? What's up, Acid? I see you, Sketch, linked by Art, tuning in. Nice to see you guys. Let me say a quick hello if anybody's over on IG. Hello to everybody on IG. How you guys doing? All right, good. We'll say hello to you guys before we come off the stream. We'll give everybody a shout out. Let's get back to X. Okay.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm not able to see who's
I think
here.
I think Facebook is rocking too. Your family definitely, your family and friends are all tuned in on Facebook. So,
Really?
Oh yeah, they are.
Hola a todos.
They are active. Antonio, Claudia,
Oh
Uni,
yeah.
Honelia, Leah, Honelia, yes,
Onelia.
Maria, Juan, yeah, Antonio, yeah. You got a crowd over here on um. So, question. What would you? How do you? How do you categorize your art? I mean, photography, you could say it's photography, right? This is my photography work, but would you do you identify with abstract? How would you? Yeah, I mean, when somebody says what's your style? I mean, you paint, but would you say you're abstract? I mean, I'll let you answer that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do think that I feel more comfortable calling it abstract because it at the end of the day, my art doesn't resemble anything in particular. But perhaps you could see some hinges of this or that, but it's not a particular thing that you could say, I recognize this, or I'm not even trying to put out something that you could understand easily. Also, for me, it's like whenever I see a finished piece, it's like still abstract to me, even the meaning of it. That's why I also like having a hard time whenever I have to put a description on the piece, because sometimes it's not even clear to me. Like we said before, like I'm channeling something, and I don't really understand why or what, but I do know that it's a visual experience. So for me, it's more important that than the concept of the description of the work. That's why I feel like more close to abstract than any other thing.
What You're welcome, Claudia. Don't thank me. Well, yes, you could thank me, but also you need to thank Linked by Art, and need to thank Ida. Ida was the sponsor for the Linked by Art Imagine Art Challenge, and so Francisco was a finalist, and that is what has brought Francisco on the show. So there's a whole group of people that you have to thank. I'm just thankful that I have a chance to meet Francisco and get to know him and his art better. I always enjoy the story behind the art. That's always important to me. And so to see these drawings and understand the inspiration behind these abstract pieces, especially when I'm looking at all of these electrical type, what I feel is electrical type drawings, and then knowing the story. To me, that's this is the best part of the show. So you're very welcome. What do I want to do? Well, while we're talking about this, Francisco, why don't we bring up the work of art that was featured part of this? And what I can do is, let's see. I could, you know what? I know she sent me a link. Okay, let's bring this up. All right, we're gonna enter this gallery. This is the Linked by Art Imagine competition art challenge. Um, I'm not signed in. That's all right. I don't know. I'm not gonna waste my time with
Beautiful
this.
gallery, by the way.
Yes,
And
Shira. Big
and
shout out to
and
Shira.
yeah, shout out to Link by Art, Aida, and to Shira because she was the curator for that gallery,
Yes, yes, yes.
and she she did a great job because there are a lot of great pieces and great artists too there.
Um, yes, big shout out to Shira and Sketch, both
And Sketch too. Yeah.
the masterminds behind Linked by Art and the Linked by Art gallery. We'll go through this gallery at the end, guys. We'll just skim through it. But they are, and along with Ida, and the ability to bring this imagined art challenge to life. So let's. What we're gonna do is I gotta bounce off this, and then where's my mouse? There we go. That's my mouse. And then we're gonna. Can we click on the artwork? Okay. I'm gonna need to click on the artwork. Okay. You know what? We'll do it like this. Well, yeah. This. You know what? Let me. Yeah. Let's see if I could get this right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we do it like this? Or I could. What? Francisco, where is this? Where's this work of art located? Mint? Is it minted?
No, it's not minted yet.
Okay, okay, never mind then. We'll do it just like this. Why don't we talk about this work of art right here? Why don't we talk a little bit about how, why don't we talk about the process, if there's any meaning behind it, and why did you think it was good to enter into the competition?
First of all, yeah, it has a very deep meaning to it because I actually did it to honor my late father-in-law who passed away September last year, and it was thinking about that, you know, the whole concept of uh, what's beyond life, what's beyond death. Uh, that's why it's called After Death, and it's the thought. It's just a thought about a, a, a being like going from this life into the other life, and what you leave behind, the energy, the all the movements, all the things that you were doing, and going from this world to another. And I thought that it could be a great fit to the contest because of the name of the contest. I was Imagine, and at that point I was like, I thought I could imagine a point where the soul is going from one point to another, and yeah, it has a lot of meaning to me because the whole thing in the middle is if you could see it, there's actually one tequila shot glass. Well, it's in both sides, but it's
Oh yeah,
turned,
yeah, 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 yeah. It's yeah, I see
and
it.
that's because my father-in-law used to love tequila, and he drank in those glasses. And actually, I found those glasses to be a very beautiful shape. And when I put them like that, it makes sense to me that the whole thing would have a shape from coming out from those tequila shot glasses. And the other elements of the piece are uh, as you can see, like they're not part of the tequila shot glasses, but it'll come after the idea, you know, what could I do with those? And it was a very very exciting piece to do because if you can see in the middle, there's also a spiral, and I always love spirals as well because it represents so much things about life and the whole the way that the whole universe is built, and it's a recurrent element in my work also. So I think this piece it could be a good fit for the exhibition, and I had the you know the Shira was the one who saw this piece fitable as well. So I really appreciate that, and I was so surprised and happy because sometimes I you know look at the pieces and I say this is so weird and abstract that nobody want to you know even understand it or want it because it has no something that you could relate immediately. But I was lucky enough to be selected, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, what else can I say about this piece? The color scheme is always recurrent in my work too, because I love the way red and black uh, mix together, and that kind of blue as well. And it's like all of my pieces have the same kind of idea about. Now when I think about the style I'm making is like the combination of human history, technology, the ancient civilizations, the knowledge they have, and the future of mankind as well. Like it's a whole thing to get put together, and for me it has that meaning, but still in a very abstract way.
Okay. Once again, guys, this is the entered artwork where he was a finalist of the Linked by Art Imagine competition sponsored by IDA. I feel like we've seen the digital. I feel like that we've seen photography. But what I am missing is where are the physicals?
Oh, the physicals. You can find those on Exchange Art on my
Okay.
link tree.
Let's go find Exchange Art. Let's go find your link tree. I want to see the physicals. Let's see. Exchange Art. There we go. Okay. Let's talk about them. Tell me. Whoa, this Heart of Creation. Awesome. So all of these here are works that are on canvas.
No, not all of them. The one is called Heart of Creation and the La Resistencia. They're digital,
Okay.
and the other ones are all physical.
Okay. So let me get the two. Okay. So these two are digitals. Everything else here is physical. Okay. Oh, let's take a look at a physical. I don't know why this Cygnus X1 just talks to me here. So let's take a look at it.
I love that one.
Yeah, this is the one that really jumps out at me the most. This is the one that's talking to me. Um, you know, if I didn't know you and I didn't talk to you, and I didn't get to know about you and your life, I would have looked at these works of art and I would have said to myself, um, something familiar about them, but I just can't seem to put my finger on what. And I would have looked at these and looked at these, and I'm like, what is this, like a graffiti style? Like, why do these symbols look so damn familiar? And I would have never thought electrical plans. That would have never came to me. Maybe, but I would have, it's just, but what I do want to say is I love when I see a artist's signature style embedded in all of their art. I feel like for an artist, that is the most difficult thing to find. When an artist has a signature way about them, and you have a signature way about your art, whether it's digital, whether it's physical or canvas, you can identify by looking at a piece of art, whether you know you or don't know you. When you come across these works, you can see your style in them. And I think that's one of the most difficult things for an artist to discover. Creating something different every single time, but yet unifying your entire work or your entire body of art with a little something that no matter what, when somebody comes across it, they're like, oh shit, I know who did this. Oh, I know who, I know the artist. I almost feel like Francisco should be written down at the bottom of these works in electrical, electrical nodes or grounding plugs or, excuse me. I almost feel like I could see your name down at the bottom, right? Like Achtung in electrical. Yeah, that's a good question. And that was going to be my first question in case you froze up on the show. I got to say it right now. Achtung. Shit. Say I'm under pressure now. How did the name? Pronounce it for everybody. And how did you come up with the name to represent you?
It's Achtungrael.
Achtungrael.
And it's made out from two words. The first one is a German word that is Achtung, it means attention or be aware. And the second one is a name, like it's a name from a character from an album that is called The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by the band Genesis. That band, I grew up listening to that band. I love that band since I was a very young kid, a little kid. It was taught by my uncles too. And I love progressive rock, by the way. And this album is the story of a character named Rael that is going through a spiritual journey in order to discover himself. So for me, the name Achtungrael, the meaning is be aware, Rael, that is, in this case, it would be me as a, getting like in connection with Rael, the character from the album. Be aware of your path and always be aware of where you're going and what you're doing. So it's a reminder for myself about, in this case, my artistic journey.
Beginning of the show, right? The universe will lead you and take you down your path. And it's interesting now, 2 hours later, I ask you the meaning of, I don't know if you were listening at the beginning when I was yapping about the universe and, how so crazy. 2 hours later, I finally ask you the meaning behind your art name, and you're just, you're like, and I'm like, holy shit, that's how we started the show. Before we head back and close up the screens and bring everything back to normal, these works on now your main PFP that was on the graphic that we released for the show. Everything makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense when I'm putting everything together because I obviously don't know about you as an artist. I've never met you before, and now I'm familiar with your art and your story. But now everything, now I'm thinking back. When I'm putting the graphics together, I'm like, obviously this is his art, but I don't really understand the meaning behind it or how it came to be or how you create, right? Now after getting to know you for 2 hours, it's like, oh, yeah. And now I'm thinking back to when I was like, I wonder what where he got this style from and where it came from. I love the electrical engineer influence. Huge fan of that, and I think you've. I don't know if you remember hearing me say it in the beginning of the show. I was like, the electrical. I forgot what I said. I said something, but I was like, signature something, right? Signatures. And I don't know if it was the electrical something. I was like, man, I was thinking. I think I might have even said it out loud. I was like, that would be a great little signature style, right? Now here we are embedded in your artwork, and it's over every piece of artwork, and especially the big piece hanging in the hallway. Okay, Francisco, did we miss anything here? Is there anything specifically that you would like to show everyone, or I just wanted to make sure that we gave a really good overall look at your artwork, the digital, the physical, and then the photography. A little bit of a surprise because you didn't mention anything about that. But now I'm going to ask you: did we miss anything specifically that you'd like to bring attention to or talk about?
I don't think so. I think you covered the most of the things because I have, as you can see, I have profiles in Object, Exchange Art, Transient Labs, Nympha, and I don't even remember what else. But I'm multi-platform, multi-crypto coin chain. Um, I don't feel like any artist should be like only in one. I think I should spread wherever I can. And actually, I'm thinking about creating a new collection, uh, about 9 pieces perhaps, and I want to make them like a mix of real pieces with digital things on top of them, and perhaps even use some AI at last because I haven't used AI
You
for
beat
any
me
of my
to it.
pieces.
You beat me to it. I had I had two more questions for you. Go ahead. I didn't mean to. Go ahead. You could just beat me
Oh
to my
yeah,
question.
and yeah, I'm working on that collection. Actually, I have 2 acrylic paintings done that I want to put on that collection, but I have to work on the digital ones and give the final touches to everything. I don't know how much I'm going to take for this, but I'm hoping like for like 1 to 2 months to be finished. So I will hit you up whenever I am done with it.
I'm looking at this and I was just imagining your your still works moving and animated, and I was imagining, and now I came across. Hang on, let me get the name of this so I got this right. Actana Anima 01. Am I saying that right? Well, it's gonna come up.
Achtanima.
Actanima 01.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm watching the electrical lines move.
Flowing.
Yeah. And I was So I was going to ask you, any thoughts of animating or motion, or, I'd love to see a physical. I wouldn't know how to do it, but I'd love to see a physical with the lines lit up and moving. And yeah, man, there's so much you can do here. All these nodes you can punch. I don't know if you've seen these guys. There's a lot of physical guys now doing canvases and physicals, and they're punching holes through the physicals, and they're running ropes, and they're connecting a different frame, or they're cutting the frame in half, and they're creating chaos out of this standard protocol of a frame. Some guy, I think he had a Star Wars, and the laser beam hit the side of the frame, and he makes it look like it burnt the frame and cooked the frame. Then the kid swinging a bat, and another guy busted the frame glass, and where the bat hits the glass of the frame, and very creative stuff, And for you, I get the sense of a circuit board, right? Almost like a circuit board, but I'd love to see a physical, like you said, with some digital included, but then like the way you paint. But then I'd love to see I'd love to see you bring it off the canvas with some lighting or some electric, and I know I got to be talking to you right now because this is your art. So you probably have had this idea for a lot longer than I have, but just looking at it, I'd love to see some of the way you've already had this idea, because just from the piece in your hallway, the way it's lit from behind and it glows through, and then so you've already gotten this way, and I'm just getting it now while I'm looking at your art, but I'd love to see your stuff. I don't know, maybe you punch, like I said, a lot of these art places, they have little LED lights. You've probably, you know what I'm talking about? You see people in photography, they take the LEDs and they throw them in the bottle, and they'll take a picture with the bottle. Yeah, you could punch holes and get the LEDs into the little nodes of, right? And your work could, I don't know if you had any ideas like that, but I bet you're way ahead of me on that. But I'd love to see some of this stuff come to physical form and then see it light up, and man, just it would beam off the walls. It'd be very, you'd catch a lot of people's attention. And it would complement your style as well.
Yeah.
So just some thoughts. Okay. I'm going to bring everything back to normal. We're going to get back to, we're going to start closing up the show. Let me get back to double guest. I probably have a dead camera right now. There we go. Give me a second while I'm going to just swap out the battery here. All right. Good show.
Yeah, good show.
Francisco. Like I said, I didn't want to let that bad news affect me on the show. And, sometimes life is about hills and valleys and pushing through the valley. Because, life can really disrupt you at times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you have to know that you did a great job, and it surely gave you a great experience. So that will always live with you. So you have to be proud of it.
I'll share this with you, Francisco. If it wasn't for the first 350 shows, we wouldn't have ever gotten here.
Exactly.
And so even though it kills me that I've lost some shows to the black hole of the internet, that really burns me, because I would love, I feel like now we've lost these shows forever, and it was those shows that created me to get to this point. Because the show itself had an evolution over 8 or 9 years. I tried so many different ways to get the show to work, and then finally it's kind of found a home and a formula, and just crazy, but if we didn't go through all these shows, I don't think we would have ever gotten here. Okay. Uh, Let me get back focused here. Francisco, why don't you let, you know what? Shit, I shut the window already. I'm sorry, I'm a little off my game. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you, what would the best way to contact you is. And you know what? While you do that real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the screen one more time because while you tell everybody, I'm going to bring it up. What's the best way for everybody to find you and contact you?
Yeah, you can go to my website that is achtungrael.com, or you can find me on X as Achtungrael, also Facebook as Achtungrael, Instagram as Achtungrael, Linktree, also Achtungrael. In Linktree, I have every link you could possibly imagine to go to all the things that I have in Web3 at least. You can find me there. You can find all the works I have because there are many platforms in Web3. So there you can find each and every one of them. And I just add that I'm so grateful with Link by Art, to Shira, to Sketchlight, to you, Mark, for this interview. I'm so honored. I feel honored and grateful for this. Um, what else can I say? To all the artists, keep on creating.
Don't wait. Hold the inspirational words. That's the last question. But you're very welcome. And you don't have to thank us. You earned it and deserve it. In my mind, you're not here out of a fluke or just this is this everything happens for a reason. Francisco, yeah. Right? So, yeah, man, you got here, so you got that finalist spot. Give me 1 second so I could do this with everybody. All right, guys, this is his website that he was talking about. This is his main website that you can go to. This is his X. Let's bring up his X. There we go. This is his X. Okay. This is his X right here. Same name as well. On his X, you can easily find his website. Click his website. His link tree is right here. This is his link tree. On his link tree, you can find also his website. And you can find all of his NFT marketplaces, which we showed you guys. This is his foundation. This is his exchange art. Nope, too far, Mark. There we go. Also, we have object. And then there's plenty more. I think there's transient labs in here somewhere. Yeah, I think there's transient labs. You also have a spatial gallery that I see.
Yeah, spatial gallery.
Manifold. And then, of course, don't forget about his IG. We have his IG right here. Same name on IG, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And I did.
That's a good thing about having a
yes,
weird name.
Yes.
I found every platform.
It was there
available.
for you waiting. Yep. Absolutely. And that is the nice thing about having such a unique name. It's going to be available on every platform.
Yes.
Good marketing or just meant to be. Also, you can find them on Transient Labs, Linktree. We got everything. I think we got everything. I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, okay. Covered. All right. And easiest way, X reach out to you or email? Yeah, X.
Yeah,
okay.
Whatever. It is like, and it's on my website. I have a mail there. But if you go to X and write me a DM, I would be like, I'm checking the DMs very often. So.
Okay. Contact page on the website as well as his X. So I'm a little, all right, there we go. Now let's get back to it. All right. Main camera, double guess. There we go. Double screen, double screen. Okay. Yeah, let me make sure I get this camera back so you could see me. Yeah, I'm a little rattled with the news of losing the show, so I'm a little rusty, but okay, we did what we needed to do. Where are we next? Yeah, okay. We let everybody know where to find you, where to see more of your art. Okay. Two more questions.
All right.
Before we say goodnight, here's your chance. Inspirational words for other artists, for other people out there who might be watching. Maybe they are in an advertising firm, unhappily being milked to death, and they have urges of being an artist too. Here's your chance to talk to all of them, and maybe some inspirational words for everyone, or maybe some artists out there that might be struggling. You certainly took the leap off the diving board and went all in, and nothing has stopped you. And from the first sail forward. So go ahead, Francisco. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, I would say to all the artists or the people that don't believe they're artists yet, I do believe that everybody is an artist. You just have to find your moment, and you will have your uh, peace inside of you to create whatever you want, because we are all creators. We are all here to create our reality and to create art within that reality. And that's a beautiful thing to live and to do. And don't uh, hesitate, just live it with honesty, with liberty, and with happiness, and try to let your emotions lead the way and express yourself in the most beautiful way you can, and keep believing in yourself and keep on creating.
Awesome. Um, Francisco, we got to close with the song. Do you have a song in mind?
Yeah, it's from that album that I was talking about.
Right.
It's a song called Carpet Crawlers by Genesis. It's a beautiful song. It resonates with me a lot. And yeah, that would be the song.
Okay. Can you do me a quick favor and just grab the YouTube link of the song and throw it in my DM?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
our DM. Okay. Francisco, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show, being part of the show. It was a great show. I've never met you before. We never met in spaces, and sometimes I do a lot of where I where we oh that's you. Normally on the show I get a chance to meet somebody before I invite them on, and I know a little bit about their art, but I didn't know much about, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you, getting to know your art. Whenever I don't know somebody, I get a little worried because I'm never, yeah, I'm never sure what I'm going to encounter. But I want to tell you, it was a pleasure doing the show with you. You did a great.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, it was so easy, man. You were a great show. You did a great job, and you brought me right back to being back on track. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you as an artist. I want to congratulate you on being a finalist in the Art Challenge, sponsored by IDA and linked by Art. And it was a pleasure getting to know you and getting a chance to do the show with you. And also, thank you for your time. I know these shows can be long, but believe it or not, we're probably like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And it was a pretty fast 2 hours and 20 minutes, man. So
It was really fast. And thank you very much for having me, Mark. It is a real pleasure also to get to know you. And I think that now forward, now we can consider ourselves friends. as well. So thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
You're very welcome. And absolutely. I always say, I don't feel like it's legit until we shake in real life.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So I was trying to NFT NYC. I had a chance to meet so many awesome speakers that came on the show. And they're like, but you know me. We met. We've done shows. And I'm like, no, it's never legit until you hug and shake and meet in real life. And then I feel like that like really solidifies it and confirms it.
Oh yeah.
This is nice, but it's not the same as saying hello. So I look forward to checking out your first big solo exhibit and and meeting in real life. And
Oh yeah. And you know, I waiting for you here in Mexico City so we could have some shots of tequila and some good real tacos.
the hour of power on location. So you bet. I got bigger plans for the show. The show hasn't gotten there yet, but slowly but surely, one show at a time. Francisco, I'm going to close out the show. You could hang out for 2 minutes. I'm just going to close out the show real quick, say goodnight to everybody, then I'm going to come over to the computer. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. You get your one last wave to say goodnight to everyone, and then you can bounce. But
Okay.
just give me 2 minutes while I do that, please. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back. Hang on. All right, guys. Let me switch the frames and get back to everybody here. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So this is the first of a few shows, which will be the finalist artists of the Linked by Art Imagine Artist Challenge, sponsored by Ida. Francisco is one of the first artists to appear on the show. So this was a little bit of a special show. And this was something that me, Sketch, Shira, Linked by Art, Ida, we had all planned together that we wanted to showcase the artists a little bit more, give everybody a chance to do a show. I don't know if every artist will be on, but I do know there's 3, 4, maybe 5 artists that will be. So keep an eye out for these shows. We got, I think, maybe 4 more shows coming. Okay. Also, the next couple months, I'm going to reiterate. We're going to have a lot of guests on from NFT NYC. We're also, and then we're going to do some transitioning. A lot of you guys got a chance to see me on live at the Hamptons Art Fine Film, the Hamptons Art Fine Art Fair. You guys got to see me. And so physical world, galleries. So we are going to reach out. We had a chance to talk to some galleries and some physical artists. So we're going to start to bring some of those artists on and some of those galleries on as well. So we're going to do a mix. The show is going to start transitioning to the physical world as well as the digital world. We're going to try to have a nice combination of everything on the show. So that's where we're headed. And that's the future of the show probably for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Yeah, so wouldn't be surprised if the show shows up in some galleries and we do some online shows. The way the show was run in the beginning, believe it or not, the Hour of Power was always about me and a guest right next to me. But due to the fact that we wanted to reach out and talk to a lot of different artists around the world, we had to do it a different way to keep it rolling forward. So this was our way. But eventually we might start showing up in everybody's studios. I'd love to visit studios and see how people create. And so, there's some ideas for the show. A little discouraged about the lost shows. I got nobody to blame but myself. I can't be mad at Facebook. They gave me a warning since April, March. And yeah, so I'm just going to put that on me. But I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'll get upset, and I don't want to ruin the vibe. On that note, Spaces this week. Linked by Art tomorrow, 9 to 11, NYC EST time. It's the only Spaces I host with Shira and Sketch and Linked by Art. You could catch us there. Always a great show on Tuesday mornings. And then Friday, TGIF. I never know who the hosts are going to be. Josh, Ghost, Sketch, Son, Alina. You never know who's going to be in there hosting. So we'll be over there. And no real format, really. Usually Sketch runs a tight shift on Tuesdays. Very strict. 2 hours. We chop it up over a topic, and then we're out. But TGIF is we just go until we all decide we're done for the day. It's a good party. It's a fun time. So the only 2 spaces you're going to be able to find me in. I'm going to work on a show for Friday morning. We'll see if I can make that happen. And I think we do have possibly maybe some community shows happening. I know Sketch is working very hard to get me back to work. So on that note, I'll look forward to seeing all you guys in Web3 and in real life as well. Going to be an interesting show. The show will be evolving for the next 6 months. So it's going to be interesting to see how the show evolves. On that note, let's bring up some music. Let's bring up Francisco one last time to say goodnight to everybody. And we will give shout-outs to all you guys who have been supportive. And for anybody who is on Facebook and decides to share the video now, because Facebook has implemented this new delete in 30 days. And so this show will be gone. I think I will probably re-upload it to a page. I have to think how that's going to work. I'm not sure, but I know this live will be gone in 30 days from now because I don't know why. I guess they do not want to spend money on server space, so who knows. But all right. Francisco, you are back on screen, so just be aware. Last chance to, this is your chance to say goodbye to everybody, Francisco. Let me tell you, you had a lot of fans. You have a lot of very good supporters on Facebook. So big shout out to all you guys on Facebook. I have never seen Facebook this active for me ever, which is why I always start off with the comment, "Good morning, Dead Book." But let me tell you, you weren't joking when you said your crowd was going to come out on Facebook. So I'm going to put my glasses on here because we have a lot of shout outs to give. But your crew definitely came out on Facebook. Antonio, thank you for joining and signing in. Appreciate you. Hugo, thank you for joining in. Big Money, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Antonio, number 2, thank you for joining in. Juan, Maria, Claudia, Honella, Eunice. Let's make sure we get everybody. Astrid. We get everybody. Dolce. Hopefully I didn't. I'm sorry if I'm butchering some of your names. You're welcome, Antonio. I want to say thank you to all you guys. I think I got all you guys. If I missed somebody, don't take it personal. But I'm pretty sure I got everybody. I want to say, way to come out and support for Francisco, guys. You got a lot of good friends out there. Good for you. A lot of good energy, Francisco. So, and a lot of supportive people. So, yes, good for you guys. I love seeing when the friends come out to support. Over on X, Josh, Goalie, Chambo, Acid, Sketch, and Linked by Art. Guys, way to come out. Good job. Let's jump over to IG and say hello to everybody. Forest site, Nelia, Matt the Banker. Matt the Banker, use his name. Kyrie, Cess Squina, who I think is probably on Facebook as Claudia. Yeah. David, Giancarlo, Marisa, JT, Jedi, Art of Novice, Fandacox. Nice to see you. We're going to thank you for tuning in. Twitch, dead. But Facebook, I've never seen Facebook so alive. Good for you guys. And Alicia, big shout out over on YouTube. Nice to see you. I never pay attention to YouTube, Alicia, but I've been learning that everybody's on different platforms. So good to see all you guys. Good to see all you guys. Francisco, it's that time to wave goodbye, my friend.
Okay, thank you, Mark, and thank you everybody for watching this, for for your time and your support. Everybody is important for me. So muchas gracias a todos. Thank you all, and see you next time.
All right. Francisco, great show. Good job.
Great show, Mark. Thank you.
Let me put this. I'm sorry, I didn't switch. Sometimes I forget to switch the camera. But I always get nervous about someone I'm not aware of. But you did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Did a great job. Great show, Francisco. And it was a pleasure getting to meet you and know you.
Likewise, Mark.
All right. We're going to hit this track. We're going to show you guys the full gallery of Ida, and then we are going to leave off scrolling through some of Francisco's work on Achtungrael. See? I got it, huh?
Perfect.
All right. I had to say it I had to butcher it about 14 times before it came out right. But all right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
There is lamb's wool under my naked feet. The wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. Imaginary creatures are trapped in birth on celluloid. The fleas cling to the golden fleece, hoping they'll find peace. Each thought and gesture a card in celluloid. There's no hiding the memory, there's no room to avoid. The crawlers cover the floor in the red oak corridor. On my second side of people, they've more lifeblood than before. They're moving in time to a heavy wooden door, where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the pore. The carpet crawlers eat their callers. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. There's only one direction.
So,
That's so nice.
We gotta get in to get out. The porcelain mannequin with shattered skin fears attack, and the eager pack lift up their bitches. They carry all they lack. The liquid has congealed, which has seeped down through the crack, and the tickler takes his stickle back. The carpet crawlers heed their callers. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We got to get in to get out. To get in to get out. Got to get in to get out. To get in to get out. Got 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 to get in to get out. Carpet crawlers heed their callers. We gotta get in to get out.
hable con razón.
See everyone in the next one. And that was a damn good show. See y'all on the next one.